correct, man. One, I would never compare myself to LeBron James and what he's accomplished, the stress and the critique that's come along with being who he is, right? That's a different level of scrutiny and expectations that he's had as opposed to other athletes. And I do understand the father part though, right? Because I got 3 babies. Like, I'll kill for mine. More importantly, I'll die for them. And so I understand wanting to protect them. And Stephen A said that wasn't LeBron James, the athlete. That was LeBron James, the father. But what I say there is you got to separate that, right? One of Pop's famous lines on Friday was, "No, baby, let him be a man." Mm-hmm. Bron got to let Bronny be a man. The first thing Jordan told me when he saw that, because we were together, he said, "Pop, I'd lose my shit." He said, if I did that, if someone was talking about him and I did what LeBron James did, he would lose it. He said, you got to let me be a man. And I've done that with Jordan in high school. I've done that with Jordan in college. And I'm not saying that he's where LeBron is, but LeBron did what he needed to do. But what about Bronny James? Think about what LeBron is saying, right? And I agree with this. Bronny James, for a 55th overall pick, for a guy who's played well in the G League and been on the bench and got, some minutes in the NBA, he is more negatively critiqued and analyzed than any player who would be picked in that position that does the job the way that he does it. But he's also praised more. He's also been drafted in a place that his resume probably didn't say he should have been drafted in. He's also benefited in NIL when he only averaged 4 points a game. He has marketing and more than Mac McClung, who then led the G League in scoring and won the dunk contest 3 times because you're LeBron James's son.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. That's all facts. And listen, I'm a fan of LeBron. Like, I love his game on the court. But I got to be honest, bro. Everything so far Ryan Clark saying is true. Because the thing is, I do understand why LeBron approached Steve. And listen, he's human. He has every right to make an approach. I get it. But you trying to threaten Stephen A. into not talking about Bronny, it ain't going to do nothing, bro. It's not going to change the fact that everybody thinks that Bronny didn't deserve an NBA uniform. Because the thing is, you have grown men who cry at night hoping that maybe, just maybe, I get to put on an NBA or an NFL uniform so I can make my family proud. But then you see a guy like Bronny who doesn't even deserve to be wearing that uniform right now, at least. It does cause a little bit of resentment. It does. And that's something that LeBron has to understand, because the thing is, you can't have it both ways. You can't have all this praise, but you don't want no criticism. And then on top of that, LeBron's the same person who tweeted out that Bronny is better than a lot of these players in the NBA right now. He actually said that. So when you say something like that, you automatically put a target on your back when you know your son hasn't really proved much in college.
So what does it do to that narrative now, right? How does LeBron running up on Stephen A. help the narrative? It doesn't. Because the narrative was he's there because of you. He was drafted in the he was supposed to be because of you. Now all of a sudden talk about him either. Now imagine if LeVar Ball runs up on Stephen A. Imagine if T. Morant runs up on Stephen A. How classless we would say they are. How immature we would say they are. LeBron James is a father doing the same thing for a professional basketball player. And I get it. I 100% get it, man. Sometimes somebody does something and it's on site. Stephen A. say, why you didn't call me? Mav got my number, right? He said, Rich got my number. Because LeBron James saw him and LeBron James wanted to make that point. He wanted to show the world. He wanted to show Stephen A. And he probably wanted to show Bronny, bro, I got you. And I'll do it publicly so everybody sees it.
Yeah, but that's not going to do nothing, right? That's the thing. Like, and Ryan is right. That was LeBron's mindset. But you trying to embarrass Stephen A. in front of everybody. I mean, listen, you can do it. I mean, if LeBron wants to do that, then hey, that's on him. He's a grown man. That's his decision. But it wasn't going to do much. Like, you could have a conversation with Stephen A. all you want, but it ain't going to change the fact that people think Bronny isn't an NBA player. Like, come on. Like, Bronny wasn't even the second highest scorer on his basketball team at USC. He wasn't. He only played one full season. He should have just stayed in college for at least 2 more years. Or at the very least, LeBron should have kept him in the G League for another year or 2. You tried to rush it just so you could try to chase history. And that's LeBron's problem, is that not only does he try to chase history a little too much, he kind of lives in a bubble, right? So no one can really tell him anything, right? He thinks he's always right. He has a lot of power within the NBA, and he don't like being checked. And this is something that a lot of you guys need to understand about people in general. People who, they get so big and famous and, they kind of live in this bubble. They're isolated. They think in their mind, you should compliment them. You should worship the ground you walk on. Or if you don't, you need to get out of their face. That's how they're wired. They're very, very insecure, unfortunately. Me personally, I don't care. I just say whatever. That's just me. But I'm letting you guys know what's up, bro. Like, guys like LeBron, they live in this bubble, bro, and no one can tell them nothing. They don't want to hear no criticism. They just want all the praise. Classic narcissism.
The problem is this. You ain't run up on Skip all them years he was talking about you. You ain't run up on everybody didn't deserve to be drafted where he was drafted at. You're going to have to do a whole lot of damn fighting. LeBron James, more than any athlete I've ever seen, has shown a poise and composure when people are talking about him negatively like I've never seen. He's truly been an example to every athlete in the world who's harshly critiqued, to his son. But now what you've told your son is, even though I wasn't above reproach, even though no athlete that's ever played the game was above criticism, you are. And I showed you that by checking somebody because I felt like they talked about you.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem. That's why Bronny is soft now. Listen, at some point, man, you gotta let a man be a man, bro. Like, you can't just be holding your son's hand every step of the way. At some point, he has to make his own decisions. You can assist him, but at the same time, you can't baby your own child. That's why Bronny's soft now. That's why dudes in the league are eating him alive. That's why dudes in the G League were trying to bully him on the court, because they know that he should be in the room somewhere playing video games like Castanet. He should be a streamer or a content creator. That's exactly what everybody's thinking for the most part. Not saying that Bronny can't grow into being a legit NBA player, but he don't belong there right now. He needs to go back to the G League, bro. That's the reality of it, man. And LeBron has made this nice little safe space for Bronny all his life. Now, for the first time, when the world is watching, it's time for Bronny to be his own man, and he's not really doing a good job of that. That's why a lot of successful people who are very rich or they have a lot of power, they turn their kids into punks. Like, they're not ready for the world because they never had to do anything on their own.
And that's, to me, where you got to separate father and you got to separate teammate. Because now, if I'm Bronny James, I know my dad loves me, right? But I hope, because LeBron James is a great dad, that he asks Bronny, are you okay with this? Because this is going to reflect on you more than it's going to reflect on me.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. It's just like, honestly, and listen, I can't even fully blame Bronny for the most part, because like his pops put him in a situation. His son is a grown-ass man. He plays basketball. When you get drafted, criticism will be given, so man up. Stephen A. questioned LeBron's basketball decision. He didn't call him a terrible parent. Forget Skip Bayless. Why hasn't he checked Channel Sunday, the guy who called into question his entire legacy and athletic integrity, plus especially stated that they have the same drug dealer? Okay, yeah, so for you guys who don't know, Chael Sonnen is the guy that accused LeBron for being on drugs. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know, but that's what Channel Sunday has said. Skip will never question LeBron's ability as a father. That's stupid. Maybe because Skip has never had games or in public like Stephen A. Yeah, but the thing is, man, LeBron has never checked Skip Bayless ever. Like, not one tweet, nothing. He's never ever checked Skip Bayless publicly where everyone saw it. So I'm sorry, but Ryan is he's definitely right about that. I don't know, man. It's just, in my opinion, I think LeBron, like, I understand you checking Stephen A. if you don't like what he said. In my opinion, it was just the location of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you making a tweet going at Stephen A. or you letting Stephen A. know what's up, you know, behind closed doors. I get that part of it. But you trying to threaten Stephen A. for giving his basketball opinion as a journalist, it really wasn't going to fly. You know, that's just how I look at it, bro. You know, but let me know what y'all think in the comments, bro. But in my opinion, I think LeBron needs to like stop babying his son too damn much. Because other than that, bro, he put his son in this situation. That's how I see it.